Alright, hello everybody. Welcome back to Bad North Boot Camp. We are going to be doing the Pikes Only run today. There is no washing machine in the background. A great day to start a Bad North campaign. And let's see. So, with the Pikes Only campaign, I still don't have a lot of items or traits unlocked, but I do have Iron Skin, which is going to be very, very useful. I think. I actually don't know the exact effects of Iron Skin other than it makes your unit tougher. Anyway, Sure-Footed is also going to be very, very good, or at least potentially useful. And of course, Holy Grail is always useful, but in the Pikes Only run particularly, I feel like it might be rather useful just because we might be risking very, very small numbers of pikes against certain numbers of units. We might have a few incidents where we lose one member of our little team, and the Holy Grail will help us come back from that, as it did in the Archers Only run. Anyway, let's see about getting started here. Can we be doing it on normal again? We're not doing hard yet. We will be, I promise. Anyway, let's get into it. I've also rebalanced my audio a little bit. Please let me know how that turns out. And for right now, I hope nothing goes terribly wrong. I'm sure it will. I'm not particularly worried. You know, this would be a great island to have pikes on. We don't. That's okay. But, yeah. Yeah, we got these guys. Just some normal guys. It's the first island. It's always like this. Alright. Get rid of them. There we go. I think we didn't lose anyone? We didn't lose anyone. Okay. That's good for us. I mean, it's the first island. It's not exactly going to go horribly wrong, but even so, it's nice to have. Nice to have as few losses as possible, just to have everything go relatively smoothly. Bam, there we go. Okay. Yeah, first island. You know, I've considered skipping the first island a couple times, but the whole point of this series is not so much to provide entertainment very efficiently, so much as to document how these runs go. And I feel like showing the first island is in line with that intention, if you will. If I were trying to be entertaining and trying to, cut down on the boring bits, I'd be, skipping certain islands, for example. Like, islands that go really smoothly. Or, islands that are, at least are of no particular note. But, yeah, okay. We'll be getting 5 from this, it looks like. That's nice. So we can just do this. This actually seems like it might be... Yeah. My dude's cleaned up for me. Nice. Alright. The sure-footed guys are just really nice to have, for these islands that don't have a lot of room down on the beaches, it's really nice to just be able to put your guys right up in front and not have to worry about them getting knocked down at all. Like, sure-footed is possibly one of the best traits. Oh, they are going right past. Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, you guys Okay, yeah, over here. And out of the way. And there we go. Okay. And we have 5 coins from that, which means we have enough to get our first pikes. Yeah. So, you may be wondering, you know, how in the heck are we going to do this with only pikes? Like, okay, sure, the archers are totally OP, but pikes are a terrible offensive unit against... They're a terrible unit against archers, specifically. Like, archers are the bane of pikes, and axe throwers are somewhat less so. And then there's the problem of, like, how do you go up against brute archers? I will explain all that as we go, but the main thing we're going to be doing is charging. Getting the pike charge and using it like crazy. For right now, let's go ahead and do the next turn. And I think our pikes are going to be... Our first pikes are going to be Deirdre here. Elena has Iron Skin. She might still be useful as a militia unit for a little while. And really, pikes don't benefit from traits a whole lot, I think. Like, either pikes are doing really, really well, or they're doing really, really, really poorly. Yeah, so I feel like it's just going to be a matter of us using the pikes effectively. And there's not going to be a whole lot of other things going on other than trying to desperately manage our pikes in some way to not die from everything. For right now, however, I think we have 3 coins. We could go to Gwylan and pick up 5 more, which means we could send Deirdre there. Oh, wait. We would lose a house, I think. I think we would lose a house. Yeah, because there's 2 ways up there. You know... I feel like it's just going to be a matter of us going to Gwilyn, going to Stronsay, and then seeing what we can do from there. I mean, it's just... Yeah. We could go to Stronsay right now, although... You know what? Gwilyn then Stronsay. Gwilyn then Stronsay. Let's do it. The reasoning there is that Stronsay already has a militia unit we're going to be picking up. There's no reason to save another militia unit for it, and because we're going up against both archers and shield guys, it's just going to be better to have, you know, a little extra there. Okay, so we got these guys. And basically the goal here is to use the militia to kind of pin these guys into the spot we want. Make sure they don't feel like they can just go around the easy way. This is not a great spot to be fighting guys, but it's where they're coming in, so it's where we're facing them. And we will have the militia encourage them. And here, this is going to be very, very bad for these guys. So we're going to have them... Like, basically the militia are trying to stay out of the way, mostly. Let the pikes do their thing. And yeah, that's what's going on. And once again, the pikes are just going to be doing their job. The militia are going to be hemming off the approach for the other guys. And none of the waves are really split here, which I feel like might have meant that we could have maybe gotten away with. But of course, the thing is, when I say that, I have to recognize that for all of those landings, there were 2 ways to approach, right? Which is why we have the militia hemming things off in the first place. Which means that our pikes are actually quite valuable. Our militia, the extra militia, is actually very valuable doing what they're doing right now. Yeah. And this is what pikes are designed for, right? Like, this is not where things get hard. The beginning is very easy for pikes, other than dealing with archers. And in fact, I actually kind of have a little bit of a decision to make here, because it seems like the obvious thing to do is just to get a second pair of pikes, right? Maybe not, because Stronsay is going to have militia, yes, and we could always just throw the militia at the archers. The other thing we could do, though, is get the pike charge early, and that might actually... I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. The reasoning being that the pikes having a charge makes them way, way more versatile and possibly able to take on a lot of different things, and a lot of more challenging things. Anyway, Tintolmer, Alro, we're going to know what's going on there once we go to Stronsay, so I feel like we should just go to Stronsay, pick up our third guy, and then go from there. Our local commander is Catherine. Hello, Catherine. Okay, so let's deploy. So this has 2 entrances up, and this house over here. And looks like these guys have picked a bad spot to land. For them. Or no, wait. I want you guys there, you guys there. And yeah, again, sure-footed just kind of means that I don't have to worry about really any knockback from these guys. They're going to get knocked back right into the water, in fact. So yeah. And these, I mean, I could just leave my units here. Yeah, this is the nice thing about pikes. They can be relatively stationary with melee units. With archers, however, they need to be incredibly mobile. Far more than they were ever intended to be. Intended in quotes there. I mean, clearly the pikes are more versatile, probably by design, than you'd think at first, because of the pike charge. The pike charge is almost certainly... Yeah, okay, so we have archers here, right? So we're going to put our pikes back, and really, I feel like we're just going to send our militia units forward to deal with these guys. That will last about as long as we have militia units. And, okay. Go slaughter them all. And, okay, we've got dudes here. I feel like this is just going to be... Like, if I had 2 pikes here, this would be quite a bit easier. But I wanted to be prepared for if things went really wrong, or, you know, so on and so forth. Oh my god. There we go. Relatively straightforward. We're not taking too many risks, of course, but... yeah. Okay. Hello again, Catherine, or rather, welcome to the team. Okay. So, let's see. Gware. Hassel. Okay, so we've got a couple decisions to make here. First of all, I feel like we could probably defend Gware with just a pike. I mean, you know, I say that, and they have a house down there. We might be able to do it, especially with a pike charge. Actually, yeah, you know, I might try that. It's a risk, but it might be pretty cool to try. Yeah, you know what? I'll send Deirdre there. Okay, Deirdre. Let's see what you can do. This is almost certainly a terrible idea, by the way. I mean, only 1 pike with no backup. Rather, only 1 set of pikes. It's not like there's 1 lone pikeman. 1 tiny stick trying to stave off the Vikings. Well, it's a little bit closer than I thought at first, but that's why we have the... Yeah, okay. We got this under control. And again, this is why Deirdre was the first to be made pikes, because that boat landed right next to them. Right next to her, and it just, yeah. Just absolutely, just all the chill, if that makes sense. Yeah. See, this is going amazingly. This might be a thing where I want to do a pike charge. I'm thinking about it. I want to save it for the next thing, just in case. If things go wrong, I can always pike charge. Pike charge is a nice reactive ability. Okay. Come on. Okay, pike charge. There we go. Bam. Okay, there was no wave after that. So I probably should have just pike charge. But you see, my pikes were routing, everything was going wrong, stuff was starting to burn. Pike charge saved the day. That's the power of the pike charge. It's amazing. It's also a cooldown ability, so you need to use it carefully. But yes. Ooh, and we have a popular. Popular and the Ring Command are not that great for pikes. Pikes don't really benefit from more units. Again, pikes are either doing really, really well or really, really, really poorly. So having more health doesn't really necessarily benefit them that much. They get more benefit from stuff like bombs, warhammers, stuff that's really reactive. Not stuff that's just a passive buff, because pikes already do really well. The one thing I will say is that with more units, a pike unit can potentially survive more of their individual's routing, but that's kind of, again, it's a very, like, splitting hairs kind of thing. Right, Tinthomer, Alro, Hessel, Mackerel Mound.